Beverly Hills Brats sounded like it was going to be a really fun film, but unfortunately it doesn't work. And I think they could have made one decision to change one thing about it, and it would have been a much better film. This was released in 1989. It's directed by Jim Sotos, written by Terry Moore, Jerry Rivers, and Linda Silverthorne. And we have a cast including Peter Billingsley as Scooter. We have Martin Sheen as Dr. Jeffrey Miller. And Scooter is a teenager who lives in Beverly Hills, and he's fed up of not getting any attention from his parents. His parents are so busy with their own things, they basically ignore Scooter, which is fair enough. I think his feelings are valid. Credit where it's due to Scooter. I don't think he was just being a brat in that sense. I do think his feelings were valid. But what he does next? Well, he decides to fake his own kidnapping, and that's the narrative. Will he then get the attention he craves by faking his own kidnapping? Will the faked kidnapping go according to plan? I guess I was slightly curious to find out what would happen, but there are two reasons, but kind of one main reason why I don't think this works very well. First of all, it's just not that interesting. The development of the narrative is kind of boring. There wasn't really a lot in this that I enjoyed insofar as the narrative itself. It could have worked. It's not that I don't think it's a good concept. It's simply quite dull for the most part. But the main reason I did not like this is because of Scooter. And that's why I really wanted to stress at the beginning that I do think his feelings are valid. But other than that, I don't really care for the character. He is really, really unlikable. He becomes a little bit more likable as the film goes on, but I never got to the point of liking him. But I think it would have been a much stronger film if the character was younger. Let's say he was 8, 9, 10, and he ran away from home, and he was a young, cheeky, inquisitive little boy, a really fun character, and somebody you want to care for and look out for. It would have been a much stronger story. He wouldn't have felt as obnoxious. He wouldn't have been as annoying. He would have been cute and adorable and cheeky, and you want him to have this lovely home life. Whereas I never really cared for what Scooter wanted. So just by making him a couple of years younger, it could have completely transformed the film. I don't know if there was a specific reason why they chose to make him a teenager, but personally I think it would have been a different film. It would have had a very different feel to it. And it could have been, it might have had a much more, I don't want to say kind of Home Alone feel to it, because it's a very different narrative. In fact, it would be the exact opposite. The parents would be home alone, and the child, Scooter, if they stuck with the name, would be out somewhere. But it could have had that kind of youthful energy, that determination, that cheekiness. Kevin McAllister is quite cheeky with a lot of things that he does. So it could have had a much different feel to it. And I think they took the wrong direction. The narrative is really boring. Scooter is really unlikable. The technical aspects are fine. Camera work, music, lighting, no problems with any of that. I think the main issue is just Scooter as a character and the fact that it's not actually that interesting as a story. Could have been incredible, but unfortunately, I just don't think it worked very well.